Hi Trader, Tina here once again from ShortMeTina.com with my daily recap. Moving along, hoping everyone is staying safe in what I'm now calling day number 10 of COVID-19, Rona, the coronavirus. Whatever name you want to give it. So we're going to jump in really quick with a recap of the overall markets. I always start with either the SPY, the IWM, the Russell, the Dow, occasionally the NASDAQ, because for me, I always want to see what the overall market is doing first, because it usually dictates my positions. Anyway, thank you for being here. Do me a solid thumbs up, comment in the comment section again. When you engage, whether it be through comments or likes, it definitely pushes this video out to all the other traders similar to yourself that's looking for analysis on this sort of stuff or these sorts of stocks. Anyway, again, we're going to kick it off with the S&P 500 daily chart. We closed at 246.79. It's not a daily chart, it's actually a weekly chart, but let's switch to the daily really quickly. So obviously we had this massive downturn in about less than a month, or 20 something trading days. Went from all-time highs. We shed 30% extremely quickly. Have not, with the exception of today, since that collapse started, we have not had back-to-back positive days in the market. We did that today. Yesterday we were up a whopping 9%. I think the Dow was up something like 11%. Today, again, we closed at 246.79, giving us a percentage gain of about 1.5%. Take note, though, that I want to say either the middle part of the day or the early part of the trading day, this was up probably 3%. We lost a lot of steam heading into the close, right? Lost a lot of steam heading into close. Anyway, again, closed at 246.79. So you're asking yourself, we had two back-to-back positive days. Is the worst behind us, right? We were down 30% at one point. Is the worst behind us? Have we bottomed? Is it time to start buying stocks? Well, you got to make that decision on your own. What I'm going to say, though, is these are some of the things that I'm paying attention to tell me, you know what, it's a bit safe to start really kind of pressing or putting a lot of money in the markets now, or how I would personally like things to unfold. So I have this this notation here, 200 to 210 being the next area of support, because we broke a lot of important levels, right? We're below the 200 days, so you can check that off your list. I was waiting for us to either revisit or blow through December 2018 lows of 233.76. We did that easily. We blew through those numbers, and so I was looking at the next area where we might see a bounce, and I concluded it was around 200 to 210. Because if you go back to 2014 to 2016, again, for anyone that's heard this is a bit repetitive or redundant. Anyway, going back to 2014 all the way to 2016, you can see that 200 to 210 level for about 2 years served as resistance, right? You can see all here, we tried to get above to no avail. We had that pullback. We tried again, didn't work, pulled back. We finally broke free, but even when we broke free in late 2016, we still retested that area. So for me, that was an interesting area to pay attention to. What happened this week? We didn't quite get to 210, but we got as low as 218.26, very, very close. So for me, going forward, for things to look, or for the market to tell me, you know what, perhaps we've put in a bottom, and I don't think we've put in a bottom. What I would want to see happen is another retest, right? Another retest of this week's low of 218.26 to essentially measure the strength of both the bulls and the bears, right? We put in that 218.26 low, after crashing 30%. Again, look at this weekly chart. Nothing but decline. This is the first up week. So I'm expecting that, right? After a 30% move, you're going to expect that quote-unquote dead cat bounce. So this is perfectly normal in my opinion. But to ensure that this is this is it, this is the final hurrah in terms of us selling off, I would like for the market to, at minimum, retest the low of 218.26. I'm going to switch back to the daily. So if we can retest that 218.26 and then bounce, I'll say, you know what, double bottom, we placed the bottom, the market is ready to rally. If we continue going up here, I don't think that that is sustainable. All right, hope that makes sense. That's what I'm paying attention to. Paying attention to a retest of the most recent low, 218.26. Ideally, I'd like for us to actually run those levels, meaning actually get back to that 200 and 210 base. And then I think if we can essentially base around there, I mean, like, kind of, I want to say bobble, it's not the best word to use, but if we can kind of hang out around that 200 and 210 level for the next few trading weeks, you know, towards the ending of April heading into May, then I'll say, well, you know what, it looks like things have stabilized and maybe it's time for us to jump in the market. Haven't seen that yet, so that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm paying attention to. What else? All right, really quickly, ticker ASTC, huge winner on the day. I'm surprised I didn't even see this one. Up about 261%. We closed at 405. The high of today clocked in at 775, so we definitely sold off a lot. If you look at after hours, it's down an additional 9%. I see a quote of around 369, so that gets us somewhere around here. Let me just draw the line to show you where we're at in after hours. We're somewhere around here. Let's switch to the hourly to see if I see anything else. I do. You can see majority of the run, the entire run, that entire or close, well, not the entire 200%, but the entire run essentially happened within the first hour of trading. After that, it was nothing but profit taking, in my opinion. Again, although I see a quote here of 406, or we closed at 405, we're down in after hours 369 right here. So just heading into tomorrow, I'd be paying attention to today's low of 332, which is right here. If we break that, do know that there's a gap to be filled, and that gap is around $1.21, and based on what's going on, it looks like it's actually going to fill that gap. So be cautious if you are long. What else? All right, so let's just cap it, round it out with ticker MFA, up about 90%. There seems to be some sort of an error in terms of the actual percentage gain. So Yahoo Finance has it up about 216%. TradingView has it up about 90%. I don't think it really matters for me personally, because I'm not in this trade, whether it's 90 or 260%. It was a good trade, right? So stock is up, let's say, extremely heavily on the day. I see a close here of $1.14. You can see confirming volume. Also up an additional 23% in after hours. I see a quote of 141. So let me show you where that is. That's like right here, which is a very interesting spot. Right? It's right there, interesting spot, which interestingly coincide very closely to today's high. So far for me, if you're long heading into tomorrow, this is actually a relatively decent setup. It does not mean that the stock is not going to sell off, but the fact that it's up at least close to 100% on the day, it's up an additional 23% in after hours. In after hours, it's actually trading close to session highs. Those are all good things heading into trading tomorrow. However, you need that continuation, right? You want to see that continue into pre-market as well as into actual open session. So if you wake up tomorrow and this is trading above 114, that's a good sign. If we can take out today's high 144 in early session, I can easily see the stock running to around here, around let's say $2.50. So from the after hours quote of 144 to 250, that's still about $1 worth of upside left, in my opinion. But things have to translate into pre-market and open session, if that makes sense, and I hope it does. And we're going to cap it there. Tina here once again from ShortMeTina.com. If you enjoyed any portion of that video, do 3 things for me. 1, comment in the comment section, let me know, are you in ticker MFA? Are you in the SPY? What about ticker ASTC again? Comment in the comment section first thing. 2, I do videos daily. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel at ShortMeTina. And lastly, right now what we're doing is hosting a free 14-day trading course on our website where I tell you a lot of the things that I've learned trading the stock market for the last 20 years, right? Completely free, no credit card, just provide me with your email address. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely head on over to right now our website, ShortMeTina.com. Sign up. Become a member. Thank you for listening, and as always, thank you for the support. Stay safe out there, and I will talk to you back here again tomorrow.